definition from your news leader. This is 1024 Action News at 11.
Good Saturday evening. I'm Saida Abbas. Thank you so much for joining us. We start with news out of Harbor Creek. A man died in a house fire in Harbor Creek Township Saturday morning. Fire crews from Northeast, Fairfield, Brookside, and Harbor Creek were called to the 6000 block of Buffalo Road. The call came in about 6:45 Saturday morning. According to Erie County Coroner Lyle Cook, 57-year-old Paul Markowicz and his dog were found laying near the front door. The man was pronounced dead at the scene, but the dog survived and is currently at the Anna shelter. Fire officers believe the fire started on the second floor, but no cause was given. Fire officials are still investigating. A fire also took place at an apartment building in Warren County Friday night. Fire crews were called to Holly Apartments in the 1200 block of Conowango Avenue in Glade Township around 8:30 in the evening. As you can see, crews were met with heavy smoke and flames. Everyone in the building was accounted for. State police, the fire marshal were called, and they continue to investigate this fire. Well, the tradition continues. Hundreds of people lined up the streets for Edinboro University's homecoming parade. The parade bringing out an array of people from alumni to community members. Our star Bodie was at this parade and tells us more about this year's festivities.
Thousands of people traveled back to their old roots for one of Edinboro University's biggest attractions, its homecoming parade. Fighting Scots alumni came together to hear their favorites, the bagpipers.
But I think for all alumni, hearing the pipe really brings back a lot of fond memories. So on whether it's a beautiful day or not so nice a day, the bagpipe is kind of a rallying cry for all Fighting Scots.
Spectators filled up the streets to see all different floats while soaking in the excitement of the weekend. Emily Ewings is a third-grade teacher at Wattsburg. She shared her enthusiasm after riding in the parade as a Golden Apple Award recipient for outstanding hard work and dedication.
Absolute honor to be chosen as the Golden Apple Teacher of the Year, and you know, I just continue to love being in the classroom and being a teacher and inspiring students every day.
Not only does the Edinboro Parade bring the community together, it also keeps the traditions going.
I think it's really nice to see everybody from everywhere come and be at the parade. It's really nice to see everybody participate no matter where they're from.
People did exactly that. They had the chance to go back in time and celebrate. Many relived the school's legacy. Star Bodie, Jet 24 Action News.
Erie's public schools hosted a royal rededication of Erie Veterans Stadium. The event featured a performance by the Erie High School Marching Band, the unveilance of a new plaque marking the rededication. The ceremony preceded the Erie Royals homecoming football game, the team's first home game of the season. A new Erie Royals mascot also being introduced, Rocky the Royal Lion.
You know, the district has been in financial crisis for the last 10 years, so we haven't been able to do a lot of renovations and repairs. So getting this done really is the beginning of that. It marks the beginning of our $80 million renovation project that we plan over the next 3 years.
This rededication showcased the new renovations to the Erie Veterans Stadium and to pay tribute to our veterans. Mercyhurst University's Board of Trustees and President gathered at Ryan Hall for a special dedication. Ryan Hall's lobby is named after Richard Lanzillo in recognition of his dedication and service to the university. The new building was newly built in 2018. Lanzillo was a former chairman of the board at the university and currently serves as a federal judge. During his time at the university, Lanzillo was a two-time president of Mercyhurst Student Government.
It's a recognition that's richly deserved. He has given, his life. He bleeds green and blue, and he's Mercyhurst through and through.
The Guinness Room in the Irish Pub was also dedicated in honor of alumni and local restaurateur John Melody. More than 40 horses were showcased this afternoon at Prescott Downs. Cantor, Pennsylvania is giving people the chance to view, meet, and purchase race horses that are ready for a second home. Trainers and owners are hoping to find their horses a suitable home for the future ahead. The track veterinarian was also on site for prospective buyers to ask questions. Many of the horses are also suited for dressage, jumper, and eventing pleasure.
The event is run all by horsemen and volunteers. We come out here and they care very much about their horses when they're on the track, and so they want to make sure that they're taken care of when they're done racing.
Cantor, Pennsylvania also helps network courses online that were not sold at the showcase. A candlelight ghost walk took place in Girard's Borough building Saturday evening. It was a spooky stroll across Girard. Local paranormal author Stephanie Vincic guided a 90-minute lantern-lit stroll. Vincic said Girard is one of the most haunted towns in Erie County. People that took part got the chance to stop at some of the buildings in town and learn about the ghosts that used to live there.
We're going to go out to the Battles Farms and look at those houses, and those houses have been known to be haunted for a long time. We're also going to stop at the Girard Hotel, where there's been ghosts reported over the years.
More than 30 people taking part in the Ghost Walk. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, we're hearing new reaction to the death sentence for the man who killed 6 members of one family. That's after Dan's forecast. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Saida. Looks like some of you may be getting the first frost of the season. Temperatures are dropping already pretty cold out there in some areas. We'll take a look at your forecast after the break.
The Your Erie To Go app has a stunning new layout that gives you easy access to everything you need all in one place. See what's happening here. Your Erie To Go, presented exclusively by Bianchi Honda. Available free in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Alexa, turn on the house lights.
Now drive home in a brand new Escape for as little as $209 a month. Just $209 a month at your neighborhood Ford store.
Watch Friday Night Lights Game of the Week online at yourerie.com with interviews, info, and intel you won't find anywhere else. Friday Night Lights Game of the Week, another digital exclusive from yourerie.com.
What do customers think of their new kitchen by Klein?
I love my kitchen.
Get a new Klein kitchen now with 0%, no payments for a year financing.
Klein Home Solutions. It's time to call Klein.
See the video at kleinhomesolutions.com.
This is where game day coverage begins.
The Bills head to the Music City looking for a bounce-back win.
The last thing they want to do is go into the bye with a defeat. We'll talk about how they get to 4-1.
Sunday mornings at 11:30 right here on Jet 24. From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Dan Rupp, your weather authority.
Hey, welcome to the weather segment. Here's your Meadville weather camera to start off, looking down Chestnut Street. Storm tracker, it's a clean sweep. There's no rain showers in the region, but something we do want to talk about is a frost advisory that has been issued for southern Erie County and Crawford. Freeze warning for Warren County, where things are going to be a little bit colder over there. You can expect a hard frost for tonight. So next 24 hours for Bradford. This is what we kind of look at for the higher elevation areas. You see temperatures already close to freezing in some areas, and it looks like that will continue and probably even drop lower than that as we go through the night and into the morning hours. You can see by about 8 o'clock we start to increase the temperatures and get away from that freezing point. Satellite radar, a lot of the rain and even some snow in Wisconsin is staying to our north, so we'll stay dry here thanks to a high pressure system. Weather watcher temperatures 38 in Edinboro, McCain at 42, Corey 38, Penn State Barron at 43, Niagara Pier, Dr. Tom at 45, so you get closer to that lake shore and you'll get farther away from freezing. 37 in Youngsville, down to 34 in Pittsfield, 39 in Scandia, and 37 degrees for Meadville. As we take a look at your, well, I think it's the dew points, if this slide will work. Click. Hello? Is anybody there? Okay. Hey, let's do it. All right. 24-hour temperature change. Look at that. We have dropped in temperatures since that cold front we had this morning, and your wind's about 5 to 10 miles per hour from the south. So 66 was the high, 51 degrees was the low temperature, and you can see the rainfall data. 600ths of an inch of rain was measured at the airport, and we are at 30.26 for the year so far. Cold, frosty night tonight away from the lake. High pressure for tomorrow, so a lot of sunshine. Then we'll have another weak cold front on Monday. Lake forecast tomorrow. Water temperature 64, sunny skies, waves 1 to 3 feet, south winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. This low pressure system is continuing to weaken, so all of that precipitation should stay to the north for now, but may get some of that as we go into this upcoming week. Dry air behind it, you can see it filtered in as we got that sunshine for the afternoon hours once the rain moved to the east. So as you look at futurecast, high pressure tomorrow, winds from the south, so temperatures should go up a little bit. And then we have some of those showers starting to move in, maybe even a little bit of lake effect starting up on Monday. And Tuesday, not too bad. It looks like we'll be dry. Wednesdays when we get that next low pressure system, and rain does look likely. So for tonight, 29 in the mountains, 41 lakeshore, starlit skies with some of that frost. Any sensitive plants, bring those inside. Tomorrow, 62 to 66, sunny skies and windy. Gusts could be up to 30 miles per hour. 59 to 63 for the inland areas, breezy conditions, and the mountains, 58 to 62. Winds 5 to 10, gusting up to 20. Tomorrow night, 37 in the mountains, 46 lakeshore, increase in clouds with a chance of some rain showers. So let's take a look at your 7-day forecast, and we do have that possibility of some rain showers on Monday for Columbus Day. Slight chance of rain on Tuesday at 62. Rain becomes likely on Wednesday with that low pressure system and a cold front. Possible showers on Thursday. Friday mostly sunny, and then 66 on Saturday. Check out the 7-day forecast, interactive radar on our app, Your Erie to Go. Saida?
Thank you, Dan. Here are some of the headlines in tomorrow's Meadville Tribune. Conneaut Lake Pumpkin Fest is a smashing success. Families warn of opioid treatment scam. Readers asked, did the NBA handle China's situation properly? Check out the Jet 24 weather forecast on page 2. Coming up on Jet 24, an Edinboro family keeping a 34-year-old tradition alive in a very delicious way.
If you get your flu shot through LECOM Center for Health and Aging, your co-pay dollars stay local and underwrite programs that benefit our community.
It's Harvest Festival time at Port Farms. Gather your friends and family for a farm-tastic-filled day of hay rides, corn mazes, jumping pillows, and so much more. Come join the fun September 14th through October 31st, Monday through Sunday, and closed on Tuesday.
This is where your career takes an exciting turn. In the game or behind the scenes. Seneca Casinos, 3 of the finest destinations for play and work. Perfect for the career-minded and the goal-oriented. With all the benefits and perks you desire. Like the players say, nothing else comes close. Seneca Casinos. Apply today at thebest8hours.com.
Attention seniors, have you recently become overwhelmed and confused by the mailings from Community Health Choices? Community Health Choices is right around the corner after the holidays, and if you don't make your healthcare choice, the state will make that choice for you. Don't give up your freedom of choice. Call Life Northwestern Pennsylvania, and a certified facilitator can help you through the confusing process at no cost to you. You may find your hometown choice, Life Northwestern Pennsylvania, is the best choice for you. That's 844-456-5433. 456-5433. Life, your only other option to CHC.
The reviews are in. Cameron's new talk show is the one to watch, taking daytime TV by storm.
This is about inspiration.
Tamron Hall is back in business and doing it on her own terms.
Let's keep it real.
Tamron Hall is speaking her truth.
I am back because of all of you.
And it was worth the wait.
It is so good to be here.
Weekdays at 10 on Jet 24.
Welcome back. We're hearing new reaction to the death sentence for the man who killed 6 members of one family. And what was the most dramatic moment of the trial? The lone survivor talking face-to-face with the killer right after he learned of his fate. KTRK's Mera Moreno has the details.
The court sentences you to death by lethal injection.
Soon after Ronald Haskell was sentenced, the district attorney, prosecutors, and lone survivor Cassidy Stay addressed the media.
I feel a lot of relief. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted off of my chest, and I feel like justice is finally going to be served.
Cassidy was just 15 years old in 2014 when Haskell shot her parents and 4 siblings one by one, all executed in their spring home. She too was shot but played dead to survive.
I had been thinking about what I would say for the past 5 years.
Those words finally came to her Thursday night, and inside the courtroom Friday, she faced the man who took her family.
The jury decided that you were going to die by lethal injection, and I respect their decision. I'm letting go of my emotions, and I'm giving it to God, because He'll take care of me and He'll help me through this. I hope that when you die, you will get the punishment you deserve from God. Only God can help you now.
Haskell stared back at her. Cassidy said it was weird, but says finally he paid attention, and she hopes he listened. Back outside the courtroom, when Cassidy was asked where she got her strength, she mentioned her parents and God, and she had this message for those who are going through a tough situation.
And life is not going to go how you think it is. I did not think that I would lose my whole family in a matter of seconds. So if I can get through this, you can get through what you're going through, and you're going to be okay.
Mayra Moreno, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
1 person is dead and 2 people are still missing tonight after a New Orleans hotel under construction partially collapsed. The investigation triggering mandatory evacuations and road closures in the busy French Quarter. And as Stacey Cohen reports from New Orleans, more than a dozen others were injured.
Get to the back. The cell phone video capturing the exact moment a construction site at the Hard Rock Hotel in New Orleans came crashing down, killing at least 1 person and injuring more than a dozen others. Crews are scrambling to reach 2 people still missing.
One of them we believe we can get to safely. The other at this time, that's why we're sending crews in. The other one, we're not sure. And the part of the building that they're believed to be in is very unstable.
A shocking sight in the heart of the historic French Quarter. This Saturday accident shut down entire city blocks surrounding the area, evacuated nearby buildings, and suspended the city's streetcar service. The big concern was this crane attached to the building, which officials feared could also collapse.
It's 270 foot, so the reach of that crane, if it were to come down, has a tremendous amount of weight on it that works to support the crane as it stretches out. The cantilever weight, the weight on the of it is tremendous. It weighs several tons.
Crews at the site had been working on building a new 350-room Hard Rock hotel. It's still unclear what caused a portion of the building to come down. In New Orleans, Stacey Cohen reporting.
One Edinboro family is already preparing for the holiday season. The Nelson family is keeping their family tradition going by more than 40 gallons of sauerkraut. The family has kept the tradition for more than 34 years. The family prepares the sauerkraut in the basement of their home with more than 300 pounds of cabbage. The preparation for the final product takes some time. All day family members cut and core the cabbage, shredded and stomped.
We used to do it when we were younger. We didn't particularly care for it when we were younger, just because of the there's a lot of work involved in doing it. But as we grew older, we knew that we wanted to carry that on.
The Nelson family said their dish is expected to be finished right before the holiday season. When we come back, people out and about in Corey giving back to a cause that provides food to those in need.
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. That's what I'm talking about.
You okay, Glenn?
Dude, I'm just so pumped we got all this McDonald's at such a great price.
A delicious meal is in the bag at McDonald's. Grab 2 double cheeseburgers and a basket of fries for only $6 and add an any size Coke for $1.
And we
we certainly do say good morning, America.
Hit it, people.
A lot of smiles around here this morning.
We can feel it in here, people. We can feel it.
Incredible.
We're going to celebrate.
We got it all.
A big morning in Times Square.
So much excitement.
Makes you feel good, though. Yeah. That's how I feel every morning.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. You don't want to miss that.
This is going to be good.
I'm Dr. Tom Falaska for the Physicians of the Erie County Medical Society. Restless legs is an almost irresistible urge to move the legs while at rest. It is bothersome and even excruciating. It affects 5 to 15% of the U.S. population and is about twice as frequent in women as in men. Restless legs increases in frequency and severity after the age of 45. Learn about restless legs. Visit us at ErieCountyMedicalSociety.org.
The reviews are in. Cameron's new talk show is the one to watch, taking daytime TV by storm. Cameron Hall.
Weekdays at 10 on Jet 24.
Across the country, it's time for America's favorite jackpot game. Get ready, everybody. This is Powerball. Good evening, America. I'm Laura Johnson. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth a guaranteed $90 million. So get those tickets out. Let's play. That first number up is 12. Followed by the number 34. Tonight we're going to meet Vinny from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who won $1 million playing Powerball. Congratulations, Vinny. Now for the rest of those numbers, we've got 53, 65, rounding it out with 29. Your Powerball number tonight is 23, and your Power Play multiplier is 2. Let's take a look at those numbers one last time. From all of us here at the Florida Powerball Studios, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here Wednesday night. Good night, everyone.
Welcome back. An event was held to support the food bank of Corey. Volunteers have been collecting food at different drop-off points and continue to collect food Saturday night. With the help of the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, the food collected was placed on wagons out front. They've been collecting food for 2.5 weeks now.
The food bank in Corey feeds over 300 families each month, and their resources are limited, and we figured it was a good time to get ahead of it right before Thanksgiving.
40 different businesses were a part of this drive, and 100 volunteers helped out. Mike Fenner joins us with sports, another big rivalry game with homecoming out at Edinboro. Hi, Mike.
Good evening, Saida. Yeah, local college football at the forefront as we talk a little Mercyhurst and Edinboro. We get you out there to Sox Harrison Stadium. Great game today. A lot of action. Pretty strange start, too. We'll explain and show you all about that. The highlights there, plus the Otters, and so much more ahead.
At the LECOM Center for Health and Aging, we're your best shot at beating the flu. If you require a visit due to inability to leave your home, call today and arrange for your in-home vaccination administration. Or for a list of flu shot locations, visit don'tlettheflubugyu.com.
With the all-new Silverado HD, Silverado's now the only truck brand that can offer trucks with best-in-class towing, or trucks with best-in-class camera technology, or larger, more functional beds than any competitor. The only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado. Or get a total value of over $9,300 on this Silverado with a larger, more functional bed than any competitor. Or during truck month, make no monthly payments for 90 days. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
At Jet 24, Fox 66, and YourErie.com, we're loving living and giving local.
And you can too.
Along with one warm coat, we're partnering with Superstore Joe and all of his friends at Auto and Off-Road Express to make sure our neighbors stay warm this winter.
And we need your help.
Drop off any new or gently worn coats of any size to the TV station or any of the Auto or Off-Road Express locations before November 2nd.
We're giving local cause it's where we love to be.
I'm Dr. Tom Falaska for the Physicians of the Erie County Medical Society. Restless legs is an almost irresistible urge to move the legs while at rest. It is bothersome and even excruciating. Learn about restless legs. Visit us at ErieCountyMedicalSociety.org.
Watch the Powerball drawing every Wednesday and Saturday night at 11:20 during Jet 24 Action News.
Live at Disney on Ice. See stars from Toy Story, Frozen, and more. Disney on Ice presents Worlds of Enchantment. Jet 24 invites you to opening night when tickets start at $12. Playing at Erie Insurance Arena, December 12th through 15th.
Now, Jet 24's Mike Fenner with sports.
Welcome on in. It's time for sports. It's the second of 3 local-on-local PSAC football Saturdays with Mercyhurst visiting Edinboro. The Lakers are coming off a 45-14 home loss to 10th-ranked Slippery Rock. The Fighting Scots still jubilant after an 18-17 win at Gannon a week ago. Wayne Bradford and Cathedral Prep grad Tanaz Gregory getting ready to face Marty Schetzel's Lakers at Sox Harrison Stadium for homecoming. 37 seconds into the game, backward pass. The lateral from Doug Altavilla gets scooped up here. A frenzy for the football, and Ryan Bischoff recovers for an Edinboro touchdown. 7-0 Scots. Now the Borough driving, but wow, hit the eject button here. Jordan Castelli picked off by Joseph Scrow. Takes it 80 yards for the house call. Pick 6, tie game early on. A little over a minute later. Talk about a strange football game to start off. The Borough punt. It's Cortez Watson with the return here. Looks like he's going to go somewhere. Well, no, the football is no longer with him. Anthony Mendocino takes the ball away and scores. 14-7 Edinboro. They lead it 17-7 in the second quarter, but here come the Lakers. Altavilla finds Watson for the 18-yard touchdown. Few possessions later, Mercyhurst back with it and back to the air they go. Play action pass works again, this time to Jason Armstrong, a tight end, makes it 20-17 Lakers at the half. And in the second, a special teams mishandle here on the punt from the Borough. They fall on it for a safety. That leads to touchdown runs for Northeast grad Garrett Owens of 9 and 3 yards, makes it 37-17 Mercyhurst. Edinboro not going away quietly though. McDowell grad Levi Becker in at quarterback. Throws his first career touchdown pass as prep grad Tanaz Gregory takes off and beats defenders to the end zone for the 43-yard touchdown. But it was Owens with a dominant day. Another 4-yard touchdown makes it 103 yards on the ground and 3 scores. Mercyhurst gets the better of Edinboro 44-23 as the Lakers make it back-to-back wins over the Fighting Scots, spoiling EU's homecoming.
I just told them 18 years I've been here, I can't be more proud of a team's performance in a single game than what the guys did today. That was fantastic.
From the beginning to the end, you know, we all fought defensively, offensively, and I don't know, it was fun to just finish strong.
We know what it's like this year, losing on our homecoming game, so kind of want to come in here and kind of do the same thing to Edinboro, and to beat a rival, beat an Erie team is always a great feeling.
On the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard, Mercyhurst tops Edinboro 44-23. Lakers win their 3rd straight Erie County game behind Northeast grad Garrett Owens, 103 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Elsewhere in the PSAC, Gannon falls with 12 seconds to play at Seton Hill. Golden Knights lose a heartbreaker to drop to 2-4, losing 25-21. In Division 3, Allegheny drops to 0-5, falling 52-14 at Wittenberg. Division 1, Pitt with an open date, but 10th-ranked Penn State at Kinnick, visiting 17th-ranked Iowa. No score here in the first half. Defensive battle, and how about Keith Duncan, the 47-yard field goal, 3-0 Hawkeyes. Sean Clifford, pedestrian, just over 100 yards and a touchdown, but here comes the touchdown pass to KJ Hamler, leaping over multiple defenders. So nice, we'll show you twice. Iowa adds a field goal late in the half. It was 7-6 Penn State at the break, but the Nittany Lions win it 17-12 to move to 6-0 on the season. More football at Veterans Stadium. 2019 home debut for the Erie Royals on homecoming, taking on St. Joseph's out of Buffalo under the lights. No score in the first till Jimmy Scott takes it in, extends the ball, and is in there. 6-0 St. Joe's. More from the Marauders and more from Scott. He scores again, 12-0 for the road team. But Erie going to the air. How about the bomb here? It's Jaleel Granberry to Jeremiah Camp. Takes it into the end zone. Great job there getting the full extension. 12-6 on that play. The Royals trailed 24-6 at the half. They do come back a bit, but fall in this one, 45-28. More high school football out of town. Cathedral Prep taking on Canisius in Buffalo. Colin Johnson and Tamar Sample both playing quarterback in this game. How about Sample, 13 yards to Jack Odekoven for the touchdown, and then Sample will score with his feet on another play. Prep wins at 21-12. They prepare to take on those Royals next Friday night. To the OHL, Otters taking on Guelph at the Erie Insurance Arena after Erie allowed a one-man wrecking crew to pile up 4 goals last night. Early action, Austin Swankler scores there, his second of the season, makes it 1-0 on the night. And after Ty Collins ties it up less than 2 minutes later, it's Erie answering again. What do you know? It's Swankler. One more time, delivers, makes it 2-1. Emmett Sproul and Chad Yetman add the insurance goals as Erie goes on to win at the Erie Insurance Arena 4-1 with a victory over the Storm.
Certainly scoring early was big, and we had some really good chances as well, but we stuck with it. I think that was the key for me, is when we did stray, we didn't stray too far, but we stuck to the game plan and got big 2 points for us.
It's definitely nice. I didn't have quite the bounces I wanted the last couple games, so it's definitely nice to get a few lucky ones on my side.
Saeed needs that hat. On the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard, the Otters win it 4-1 over Guelph. Swankler a pair of goals early. He has 3 on the year. Sproul and Yetman the insurance goals as well. Erie wins its 5th game of the season. More hockey on the college landscape. Mercyhurst men taking on St. Lawrence at the Mick tonight. 1-0 game. Lakers trailing, make it 2-0. Ryan Garvey with a goal for St. Lawrence. But fast forward, power play late in the period. Stephen Ipri assisting here to Dalton Hunter. Makes it 2-1, and James Anderson would score in the final seconds of this one as well, but the Lakers fall. It's not enough. 3-2, the final. St. Lawrence picks up the win. Mercyhurst women's hockey coming off a 5-3 win in the home opener against Sacred Heart this afternoon. Back at it again. Mike Sisty's bunch. A ton of scoring opportunities today. Here's a early chance, but a save. Lady Lakers would heat up, though, going nuts. In the first period, just 1 goal that we got. Michelle Robillard feeds Sarah Nels, who fires and scores. Mercyhurst would score 5 in the second, 3 more in the third. They win 9-0 over Sacred Heart to sweep the weekend. Penguins also get a win over the Wild in the NHL, 7-4. In case you weren't wondering, I'm sure you were dying to know that Pittsburgh Penguins score. So,
well, I'm glad to see the Otters are at least killing it out there. When
Absolutely.
We come back, Dan has one final look at our forecast.
Back by popular demand. When you shop Furniture Row, you pay what we pay. That's right. For a limited time, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off a single item with purchases of $9.99 and up. That means you can save big on that perfect sofa, dining table, bed, or Denver Mattress brand mattress.
Our discount is your discount.
Plus, no interest until January 2022. But hurry, employee pricing at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 17th.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 48 hours. You want more? You got it. Join today and get a risk-free bet worth up to $500. FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Attention seniors, have you recently become overwhelmed and confused by the mailings from Community Health Choices? Community Health Choices is right around the corner after the holidays, and if you don't make your healthcare choice, the state will make that choice for you. Don't give up your freedom of choice. Call Life Northwestern Pennsylvania, and a certified facilitator can help you through the confusing process at no cost to you. You may find your hometown choice, Life Northwestern Pennsylvania, is the best choice for you. That's 844-456-5433. 456-5433. Life, your only other option to CHC.
Welcome back. Dan is going to take one last look at our weather.
Yeah, I can help you guys out with that. There's your graphic. We got some windy conditions for tomorrow, 64, sunny skies. Columbus Day, showers possible of 55. Before we get any farther, frost tonight. We have that frost advisory, which goes until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Freeze warning for Warren County. Tuesday, slight chance of rain at 62. Rain showers likely on Wednesday, 55, 51 on Thursday. We got those cool fall temperatures for you.
All right, thanks, Dan. That's all for Jet. Have a great night.
That's it. Hey,